The Dust Bowl weekend, October 9th, the Quad Enduro, the best weekend of the year. Temperatures are great. You're running the full course. What else can you ask for? Free tires and gas, maybe? That's about it. Now, the dust, the first thing anybody will think of this weekend, not this is Friday, but Saturday, dust. And you probably noticed on Sunday, it wasn't so dang bad. Yeah, no dust. Why? Because it was a fucking rallycross event that was being held in the horse track there by the motocross track on the south side of the Miller UMC, that they didn't know what a water truck looked like. And literally these cars, and I was watching them. I was back there and I watch them, and you could see the front half of the car. There was so much powdery dust that was being kicked up that you couldn't even see the back half of the car. And with the wind, it was blowing it right across the track, and I lost car. I could not see cars on the racetrack because the dust was so bad. Luckily, as I'm sitting there going, and by the way, I'm getting pelted by this dust also, and I'm watching, and I see finally the water truck guy, he sees what's going on there. And I can tell he wasn't supposed to. He was going to the motocross track. And he stops. I watched the whole thing. He stops on the road, and he just backs up, does a 3-point turn, for love of Jesus, drove down there and watered the track for him, their little auto rally cross track. And it was awesome for 40 minutes. But the good news was he started to go over there every hour or so it did sort of help. But it's still, they need to have everybody needs to chip in and rent them a water truck for their events. If they're going to have it right there on the same weekend, yeah, we got to chip it in, because the dust was ridiculous, and it was all because of them. It wasn't the motocross guys. The motocross guys' track was wet, and they watered it, and it was all good. It's just those rallycross guys. So please, somebody call the SCCA Rallycross Association and get them a damn water truck. You can rent one, you can pull behind a pickup truck for a couple $100. I mean, it's no big deal. But, geez, those guys need to invest in that. That was ridiculous. And they had Oktoberfest going on. And you're dusting out the guys getting ready for Oktoberfest? Come on, guys. It's not a way you want to have an organization, you better do it where you're not pissing off everybody. So, whatever. So that was that. The weekend was awesome. I was one of 3 cars not on slicks on Friday. It was pretty crazy. Everybody was on slicks or cut slicks except for 3 of us. And it was okay, this is going to be a challenge. And a challenge I enjoyed. It was fun. It was so much fun Friday because there's so many cars. There's 46, 47 cars. The whole day I was screw lap times because it's just too crowded. And there's no official lap times for anybody else anyways. So it was just a free-for-all. And I ended up pulling down a 3-minute, 26.81 second lap. And I was that's not too bad, considering the madness that was going on Fridays. I don't know what's in the water or the air in October, but boy, that Friday before the Quad Enduro every year is pretty damn crazy. It's cars flying off the track to you name it, to blown up engines and oil slicks, to fun time. Now, I thought with doing a 3-minute 26 that, okay, that's good. Saturday, it's supposed to get cooler. They'll regrid everybody, meaning they'll split up. We're running TT all, HPDE 4 all together, which gave us an extra run session, and a longer run sessions. We're doing 30-minute sessions for the most part, except for we had a few accidents that kind of screwed things up. So they shrunk them down. But, I knew Saturday I probably had a better chance. And I figured, I'll get a 25 on Saturday, no problem. And the answer was no. That 26.81 was the time that held for the whole weekend. Saturday I got down to the 27s, and that was it. Like, that was like, oh, all right. I guess that's what it is. But tell you what, though, Friday was just the best. It's just when you have that many cars, it was fun. And we're going to see, I don't know, is Dan behind me yet? Did I pass Dan signaling by? I can't really tell. I don't know. I'm going through people here. We'll get to them. But there's two cars, kind of things I was thinking about. First thing there was the weekend I was thinking about was Boxsters. One thing about Porsche Boxsters, especially the older ones, not the new ones, the older ones. Number one car I've seen blow up engines, Porsche Boxsters. I don't know why, but I've seen more Porsche Boxsters grenade an engine than any other vehicle. I've personally seen, I bet you, more than 10 in my lifetime. Like, that just straight up oil dumping out, hole in the block, done. And far as like the second, I would say, is Corvette, that's an oddball. But I've seen a lot of Corvettes blow up. I've seen them. I saw one, a year ago, 2 years ago, that ZR1 burned to the ground. I mean, that was craziness. I hit his oil slick, and then I was like, whoa, and I decided to call it. I'm coming in. I'm not going to run on that. And then I come in to see a fire truck, and it just burning in the pit lane, just burning to the ground. It was crazy. Bah, here's Dan. Look at Dan. Now, I swear, if I got your name wrong, Dan, see, signal me by. I really apologize because, yeah. And if you can change your name to Dan, that would be awesome. It would make this make more sense. But his Boxster there, he had that thing dialed in really well. And didn't matter what I did, power-wise, I'd gap him. You can see in the rearview mirror. You can watch him the whole time. He doesn't go anywhere. He's just there. You'll see him disappear because I pull away from him, but he'll always find a place to make that ground up and catch me. And every time we come down the front straight, like where the start-finish line is, we'd be even. He would be exact same. And it was fun. When the tire got super hot, and then I'm starting to like really struggle. I signaled him to go by, and he was like, he's like shook his head. No, he wanted me to keep going. He was just gonna stay behind me, chasing me down. So I was like, okay, I just wanted to give you the opportunity. But yeah, he ended up talking to me later, and he said that was probably the funnest time he'd ever had. He said he was just having a riot, chasing me down. And yeah, I would too if I was him, because literally I'd get on the straightaway and it would be like that car would just disappear because I'd leave him so far behind. But then he'd be right there just a couple turns later. So yeah, Dan's kicking butt. The other thing I was thinking about is I'm looking around HP on the grid, and so many people I know there. Like, you recognize people because you've been there long enough. And you see people, it's funny to watch people how they progress, people that when you begin doing this thing, that you might just destroy on a daily, it didn't matter what day, you could just beat them. To watch them progress to the point where you can't beat them anymore, they're beating you pretty substantially. And it's funny, I was looking at that, and I was thinking about that, and I literally was thinking, I'm looking at people that I cannot touch anymore because they're so fast, and going, gosh, I remember that one day where I killed him nonstop all day. There's videos of it I have. And now look at him. He's literally running multiple seconds a lap faster. There's nothing I can do about it. He was just on his game. He's just progressed. He's just coming to his own. A lot of them, I think, is they have the car to do it. They just didn't have the skills. And then finally their skill level comes up where they can actually use the car more to its potential. And then you're screwed and you can't keep up with them. But besides that, I was noticing, like, my favorite things to do when I'm at the track is I watch a lot of HPDE 1 and 2 groups. I watch HPDE 1, HPDE 2-3. I don't really watch any of the race groups too much or anything above that. I'm in HPDE 4 TT group, so I can't watch that one besides when I'm in it. But I watch the lower guys, mainly because I'm a car guy, and I like to see what they're bringing to the track. And when you ever see HPDE 1 or 2, it's whatever car they have on their fun car that they're like, oh, I want to try this, Sometimes later they switch those out for race cars or something else, so they kind of use it. So I kind of like to watch HPDE1 just to see what vehicles are. And there's a new Corvette C8, which was awesome because it was like the first C8 I've ever seen at the track, which I'm shocked that we don't have more running around. But so I keep an eye on those guys, and I've noticed a lot of dudes that have advanced fast. And not that they're, there's some people that are like absolute pure talent, naturals. I've seen those guys. But as someone, I guess maybe it was just because of me and my point of view, because what I did, where I was just having fun where I could haul ass and not get speeding tickets or have the police up on my ass all the time. Where I enjoyed that aspect, as in I didn't really care about the status symbol or anything of going up to another level, HPDE 1, 2, or 3. I didn't have a desire to compete in TT group. I was just out having a blast. And so I kind of took my time. And I was actually asked to move up. Oh gosh, I don't even know how many times. Like a bunch. And I was like, nah, I'm good. And I hung out in the lower levels, like marinating. I was the fastest guy by miles, but I just like stayed down there. I didn't care. And finally I gave in and went up. But boy, I seen a lot of guys that I was out there this weekend, and I'm like, I remember you from HPDE 1 and HPDE 2. Why are you clear up here in 4 already? Because, I've seen it, because you can see, when you're watching, you can literally see, this guy is booking, this guy can drive, he's hauling ass. And you can see where this guy's intimidated, but he's getting somewhere, he just needs to marinate a little bit, and you see other guys that are like, whoa, you got a lot of work to do. My thing is like, I just look at some of these guys in HP4 that I think maybe just moved up a little too quickly, that they should have just stayed down and, got a little better before they come up. But that's just my opinion. I don't see the real need, people, to jump so fast to the higher groups, because really, it doesn't matter. It's all going to be there. Just give it a little bit of time. And I don't know. Sometimes I think they just do it for ego, but I don't know. That's my thing. I took it easy. I took my time to get up there. It didn't really matter. Shoot, when I came to the top group, I was fast right away. It wasn't like I was the roadblock. So, I don't know. That's what you should do. Just kind of let it come to you slowly. There's no real need to push it. That's it. That was the weekend.